Oh yeah, Game of the Year, 2018.
Fucking 2018. The worst year in gaming.
Best year in gaming history.
As every year is, besides 2017 and 2007.
Why is 2017 and 2007 so good? What the fuck happened in 2007?
What happened in 2007?
I don't remember. I always hear 2007 and 2017 were amazing for games because of reasons. And I was like, okay.
Games of
I don't know.
2007.
Let's do a game of 2007 episode.
Portal, Halo 3, Call of Duty Modern Warfare.
I mean,
2,
I've heard.
BioShock, The Witcher, Crysis,
Holy
Team Fortress
crap.
2,
Yeah.
Super Mario
that's-
Galaxy,
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I've recently heard that
God
like
of War 2.
2007 is like the year that gaming evolved into
Mass Effect.
what we know today.
Yeah, okay. I get it. A lot of good video games.
Halo 3.
Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix.
LOL.
Yeah. Maybe. Ass Creed came out 2007. So that tells you.
Man, a lot of cool things started in 2007.
Yeah. I mean, is a year after the Wii launched?
The B-movie game.
Wait, 2006. The B-movie game. Second, Stalker. Crackdown. Wait, didn't Steam launch in 2007
I don't
Steam
think so.
launched in 2007? I thought it
I
was
don't-
earlier.
I thought Steam launched way
Sorry,
earlier.
I'm dumb as shit. It's not launched 2003.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Oh, hey, Catherine is getting a Steam port.
You didn't
It's
know
already
about
got a
this?
Steam port.
Fuck
dude.
yeah.
Pretty sure it's already on the thing. I mean,
It's
well,
already out there, man.
regular Catherine, but full body is not gonna get Steam.
No, like 5
No,
days
but I
ago,
also don't-
Catherine Classic. appears
Yeah,
on Steam.
classic.
When-
I'm talking about full
yeah,
body.
I don't know when Full Body is coming out. They have no release date for English, and I'm sad.
Yes,
came out 5
Because
years ago.
Full Body adds like so much. It's like adds like extra character.
full body is the Persona 4 Golden of Catherine.
It's $20
It's true.
on Steam for Catherine Classic.
Sick.
I think Catherine Classic gives you like all the stuff too. It's not just like, oh, it's just Catherine Classic.
Mm-hmm.
It's like gives you all the DLC stuff that they have too.
Isn't Joker gonna be in full body?
Yeah, Joker is playable in Full Body for some reason.
What?
Freaking, they gotta milk the heck out of P5, dude. The milking
what-
has
what-
begun.
It's what they did. It's why there's so many fucking memes about like Persona 4 or like when Persona 5 launched. Just like
The
you
Persona
being
4
like,
pro tag passes on the torch. Get ready.
get ready. We're gonna milk ya. Get ready for 10 games and 4 animes based on you.
Whatever. I still haven't bought Dancing in Starlight, and I'm kind of
Me
happy
neither.
with myself that I haven't bought it. I just can't justify paying $80 for a fucking rhythm game.
full price for that?
Yeah, and for both of them, it's $120.
Oh no.
Yeah.
That's not okay.
Oh no, I can't deal with that.
No, I can't. I
Alright, no.
can't justify it.
So
I was like, if it's $40, sure, I'll drop that. No, it's $80, and I'm just like, yeah, there's no point. Why? Why would I do that?
But it has plot and characters. It's canon to the lore because I'm all
Is
on
it
networks.
actually canon to the lore?
I'm all on network.
I don't
makes everything
think it
canon,
is.
apparently.
I don't think it is.
oh hey, a
Is-
new Spider-Man trailer dropped today.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, that
did
happened.
drop.
Far From Home.
Oh
That's
man,
the thing.
how are they making a new Spider-Man movie if the Freezen's dead?
Spoilers for Infinity War.
Aye.
So,
Persona 5 Dancing in Starlight. I've still gone down this down
have y'all,
down this thing.
what have y'all been playing?
Oh yeah, Adventure Podcast.
So hey everybody.
What? Yeah.
Okay, so we are. Let's just continue.
I hope y'all didn't miss us, because
I mean,
we forgot.
I mean, we rebranded. Did you not see our nice new logo?
We did.
Yes.
It's like
Yeah,
we never gone.
we were spending time like cooking up this logo. That's why we've been out for
It took us like
months.
It took 6 months
even
to make
longer,
that.
dude.
Probably
It's
longer
gotta
than
be
6
even longer.
It's been longer than 6 months. When was the last time we did this?
Dude, I have no freaking clue.
11 months ago.
Oh my god!
Holy shit!
We did the last one we did was the
Our-
2017 award.
All of our audience is dead.
We have no audience anymore.
Damn.
Our
Hello, new
audience.
viewers.
Hello, nobody. It's good to
Sup,
have you here.
people?
8 people are subscribed to us right now. It's great.
Nice.
So good.
8 people.
I love this.
I hope y'all enjoyed the hiatus. I know that I don't know if we did or not. So what have y'all been doing for the last year?
Oh man, this year was a roller coaster of emotions.
I
Yeah.
mean, there's a whole bunch of shit games that came out. God of War. It's the only one I can think of right now because it's the one I played.
Yeah.
Hunter got married.
Hunter did get married.
It's true.
Yeah.
I did.
Hunter's playing the game of life. That's the joke that
Yeah.
we make every time we come back.
I know that's because I'm the one who has to edit everything, so that's why nothing ever gets done.
It's
Nah.
like, dang it, you said
We
the
just need to
joke
learn
again.
to edit. We'll
Yeah, we
learn
have
to edit.
to,
Game
we have to learn to
of
pick up
life.
each other's freaking slack.
I know, shit. Need to-
Brendan's been playing Destiny too. That's what he's playing right now, actually, as we record this podcast.
Cool.
Ah, nice. You,
Did that come out 2018?
Didn't Bungie just say screw you Activision and left?
Yeah, they just got out of their contract with Activision.
And they
Sick.
kept the Destiny rights. So.
Yep. Good boys, Bungie.
They won custody into the force.
And then immediately after they separated, Activision is under investigation for fraud.
oh
It's true.
man, I feel bad for Blizzard. Well, slightly.
No,
What?
you don't.
Blizzard?
Nobody feels bad for Blizzard
Oh,
after the
no,
Immortals.
yeah.
Look,
The-
I was not attached to Diablo. They were stupid, regardless, but I was not attached to Diablo, so I'm not that mad.
Do you know? Fun fact. Here's a fun fact. I was actually in California near like my hotel was like 3 doors down from where BlizzCon was being held. I'm not even joking. At the time that was going down.
As
Yeah,
what?
it was-
Oh, the whole. Gotcha.
Yeah, when the whole Immortal thing and BlizzCon was
Don't you
going
have
down,
cell phones?
Yeah, we were 3 hotels. Like we were really close. We were
Beautiful.
about 15 minutes from the fucking place we could have gone
Hunter.
if we had tickets.
Hunter could feel
If
the
you focused,
disturbance.
if you focused really hard, you could hear the people booing.
I was wondering why there was that rush of negative energy.
Out of nowhere.
Oh my god.
It was like, wow, someone within like a few miles of me just got super disappointed.
Yeah, it was.
Wow.
It's like, you know, I was riding down the Splash Mountain, and I was like, wow. So that drop wasn't the drop; it was the drop of Immortal.
Ah, damn.
Oh man.
Blizzard just. Luckily, I don't care about Diablo, or else I would have been mad about
if
it.
you do, if you do care about Diablo, though, that's pretty shitty.
It
I
is.
knew a lot of
if you-
people who cared about Diablo who were not happy that day, or the week after.
Well, I
Or
watched
still.
an interview. I watched an interview with the dude who got the question that caused everybody to boo.
What?
Oh,
So you know, like, and he said, I wasn't planning on being malicious. I wasn't planning that, like, that type of
like sarcasm.
response. Well, and response
Mhm.
and everything like that. Like he was like, he was like, because there was a lady who asks you, what are you gonna ask before the thing, and he said, oh, I'm just gonna ask this question, and she was like, okay, that's fine. You can ask that question. I'm pretty sure it's only gonna be mobile, but go ahead, ask it. And so he went up to the thing and he was like, so does this have any plans at all to be on PC. Mobile or on PC? And they were like, no, not at all. And the crowd just booed. And he was like, I didn't mean for the crowd to boo. I literally was just asking a question.
Yeah.
Oh, the guy who asked. Okay.
Yeah.
Rip.
Yeah, it was, it's probably super interesting.
I mean,
meanwhile, the opposite guy who was a freaking legend asking if this is some sick late April Fool's joke.
Yeah, well, he just straight up lied about what question he was gonna ask.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's not allowed.
Well, he told the story that later on in BlizzCon, he actually had a legitimate question, and the people there were like, "No, you're not going up."
Oh, damn.
And he was like, "Yeah, no, that's fair."
That is fair.
He legitimately
Understandable.
straight
Have
up
a nice
told. Yeah, he straight up told them, "Yeah, no, that's fair. I have a legit question, but I can understand why you're not letting me go up."
God damn. I wish I could go to conferences like that, but I don't have enough money to be important.
I would like to go to one E3 and one GDQ.
I've been to GDQ. They're not. That's another thing I did this year. I went to a GDQ actually.
Oh yeah, that's
I was at SGDQ this year for the KH run.
For all of our listeners, if you go to the SGDQ, which one were they playing?
2017 for Kingdom Hearts.
Wait.
I'm straight up on that. I'm straight up
Yeah, you can see Haunter
on. Yeah,
on
a wave and everything.
SGDQ. Like which Kingdom Hearts are they playing?
1.5.
1.5.
It was Mist's level 1.
It was Mist, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, afterwards, Mist gave me a hug. I was like, dude, I didn't even do anything. He's like, no, but you came to SGDQ. And I'm like,
Fuck yeah.
all right.
Heck yeah.
So, welcome back, everybody. I hope that you had a wonderful 2018. I think that overall, the gaming industry had a good 2018, maybe?
No.
Yeah, I mean, well, Hunter will say that regardless. I don't know. I think it had some good games, but it definitely wasn't like bring out all of the powerhouses, all of the innovation. It was just kind of like a normal game year.
What do we got this year?
I don't know. Everybody,
like
Google
we
games.
discussed about 2 weeks ago that we were gonna do this, and I was like, oh man, I can't even remember what the hell came out this year.
Mm-hmm. I did too, but then I just like did a Google search of like games that released in 2018, and I was like, oh, a lot of games that I liked.
I mean, Monster Hunter World came out.
Mm-hmm.
Spider-Man
Soul
came out.
Calibur came out.
Far Cry 5 only came out this year. That's interesting.
Man, I wish I
Far
had played
Cry
Octopath.
5 exists.
Oh yeah, Far Cry 5.
Far Cry
Yeah.
5 exists.
Yeah. You didn't know?
Yeah, did you not know about Far Cry 5?
I think I did at one point, and then I kind of just either repressed it or forgot
I
about it.
still haven't beaten it. I have a lot of time in Far Cry 5 too.
Oh, wasn't it about the freaking like they were in like Southern
the
America
cult.
and
Yeah,
there was like
the
a
cult.
racist cult. Okay, and then like
Yeah.
Which one?
I remember the ending was controversial.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I've only played 27 hours.
Oh, and they've already got a tease for Far Cry 6 out.
No,
Hey.
it's not Far Cry 6. It's like a DLC to this.
Is
What,
it the
really?
Blood Dragon of Far Cry 5?
Yeah, it's like the
Okay.
bombs dropped and it's like years later, but it's like the cult was not crazy and it actually happened. What
Well,
they
I
were
thought that was
preparing
No, it's
because the
Far
dude
Cry 6 New Dawn.
I thought it was because the antagonist forced the that to happen. Like they
Oh,
kinda
then Far Cry
manipulated
6
it.
is
Yeah.
a legit sequel to Far Cry 5.
Yeah.
It's not just in the universe of Far Cry. It's like a legit sequence.
Oh, that's interesting.
I guess.
Far Cry New Dawn is a sequel to. Wait, what?
Ni no Kuni 2 came out this year.
Oh, that was this year? I remember. I have that
Last
game.
year.
I've not started it yet.
We're in 2019, y'all.
Dang it!
Whatever. Octopath Traveler came out.
Octopath did. I wish I played that.
Fucking no, you don't.
Yes, I do.
You don't wish you played that.
I wish I played it.
Okay, here's the thing with that is that as time went on with Octopath, I heard every person that has gone through like the first chapter or two and then stopped says this game is freaking horrible, and then everyone who has gone to complete the game says this game is amazing. So I don't know what to think. I don't know if the beginning is so bad that I would not want to get through the rest of it, or if and so therefore I shouldn't buy it, or if I should just go through the first chapter in order to get to the rest of the game and it's worth it. I don't know.
I guess we're just doing a discussion of games that came out in 2018 at this point.
Might as well.
We can do the whole like, oh, what is our favorite ones at the end? But,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
guess it
Yeah,
just,
but
while we're
I
reminiscing.
I think we should do some go over some games, and I have some words about fucking Octopath Traveler. Right, Nick? Just say yes.
Yeah.
We're talking about Octopath.
Let's just
Nick's legit words. Oh, fuck that.
We can immediately just say what the worst game of 2018 is. Fallout 76.
God of War?
Fallout
76.
Yeah, I know, but I made a joke. He said God of War.
Fallout.
Dude,
Four
Fallout.
is-
God of War. Nice.
Ha 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 ha.
You did it.
What's up, Brendan? Oh yeah, Red Dead 2 did come out this year.
Wow, Polygon's
play
number
that.
Wow,
one.
I forgot that Red Dead 2 existed.
You forgot a lot of games existed. No, I still want to go off on my tangent about fucking Octopath Traveler. Jesus
Alright, let's
Christ.
start
Alright,
with
let's
that.
go. Let's go.
I hate that game so much. Why couldn't you have the characters interacting in more of an interactable way instead of just, oh, I'm gonna come and help you on your story, I guess? It just doesn't make any sense. It literally so I started out as Ophelia, the white mage, or the priestess. I forget what class she's actually called. Anyways, and then I got the dancer, and then on my way to getting the dancer, I went and I got the thing, and I ended with the thief. And so the thief is like, I only work alone. And then you go into the thief's story, and there's 3 other people working with the thief. And it's like, you obviously don't only work alone, you son of a bitch.
I only work
Don't
alone with others.
I only work alone, but these people are not people.
What else?
Is it like just inconsistency with character?
Well, it's
Characters?
like so what it is it's 8 separate stories.
Yeah.
And then eventually, apparently, the last story, the last part, once you complete everybody's story, and like the end game content, is that they're all working together to stop like the normal Final Fantasy boss, which is usually a god of some type or something like that, right?
Yeah.
But it's just like the characters just don't feel good to play as, because there's no real interaction between them.
Oh,
There's no like, oh, I'm I actually want to help you. It's more like I came along for the ride, and I have nothing to say about this particular thing.
I feel like that happened in I guess I can't really speak exactly to Pillars of Eternity because I never finished it, but I feel like that happened in Wait, Pillars of Eternity?
You
No.
sure you're talking about the right video game?
No, fucking, what was that top-down fucking game that I talked about? That was like co-op.
Oh,
CRPG.
Way Out.
No.
Never mind.
It was
Divinity?
Divinity, yeah. I feel like that happened a lot with the Divinity cast. You just, like, ended up with a bunch of people who were just like, I'll join because. And we're like, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah, I don't like that. I like RPGs where it feels natural while all the characters come together. You know?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Especially considering RPGs are like the core gameplay is usually like kind
Super
of
simple.
repetitive. Yeah, like super simple and kind of repetitive. So you kind of rely on the stories that are being told to push you forward, and you kind of get more attached to characters than you do to actual gameplay in that sense. With like traditional RPGs, like turn-based RPGs, which I don't believe are going out of style, by the way, because
Turn-based
fucking-
RPGs? I don't think so. There's a
Dragon-
demand for it.
No. There's a demand for it, but Square is saying they're going out of style.
Oh, no,
They-
yeah, definitely not.
I feel like they went out of style and now they're coming back in style.
Square says they're out of style, but Square made a studio division specifically to make turn-based old-school RPGs.
Because I guess from their perspective, it's just so that they can have a market for the niche. It's a niche market that they want money from.
They believe that it's a niche market.
Well, they believe it's.
And I mean, and I mean, for most of the games they're putting out, which are like half indie developed games, yeah, it's kind of a niche market because I don't feel like they're actually putting as much effort into it as they should. But like, I mean,
You played Iron Setsuna, right?
I played a bit of I Am Setsuna. What really annoyed me with I Am Setsuna is actually the soundtrack. Simply piano music can get on my nerves
Just
after
piano?
a while. I love piano, but all of I Am Setsuna's soundtrack only contains piano.
Did they make
It
anything
very
else?
rarely contains other things. So that's my main problem with it.
I mean, they made Bravely Default. They didn't make it in 2018 though.
Well,
No,
yeah, I
wait,
mean,
what?
they made Bravely Default. They made Bravely Second. They made Octopath. They actually published Dragon Quest XI, and yet they seem to believe that the turn-based RPG is going out of style. And I think the only reason they believe that is because nobody is really making them anymore, except for Square.
Have we seen anything about Lost Sphere?
That's out.
Is it out? What the hell?
Yeah, it's out.
Only in Japan or
mean,
something?
It's been out for a while.
What the
If
hell?
only one, and maybe a half, if you want to call Atlas, one of the people who do it, studio is really making turn-based RPGs. Is it not considered going out of style?
I mean, but let's consider the people who were making turn-based RPGs back in the day. I think it was mostly Nintendo and Sega, and that was it.
And Square.
Like, well, I mean, Square was that division of Nintendo or on Nintendo that was making the turn-based RPGs still.
fair. That's fair.
Name a turn-based RPG that you could think of that was not made by Square even back in the day. I mean, I can think of Phantasy Star, I guess.
Not made by Square?
Yeah.
Oh,
What was the-
fucking Suikoden?
Yeah, Suikoden
Grandia?
was also one.
Is Dark Cloud turn-based?
Dark Cloud
I mean,
is not
it's
turn-based.
it's not turn-based.
Okay.
Shining, but that's more of like a tactical RPG.
I think I'm beginning to see your point. It's pretty hard to come up with answers.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Turn-based RPGs were a lot of what I played as like a kid when I was younger. So I
mean, you
personally
could
don't feel like they're going out of
consider
style.
the Enix games if you just want to consider Square.
I mean, like
Yeah.
my side is just coming from because like another, I guess subgenre, because it's not really a genre by itself that people say is going out of style, because there's like one company making them is like whatever the heck you want to call it. I'll go with Spectacle Fighter or Hack and Slash, because back
like the
then
Dynasty
it used
Warriors
to be
game?
like not really Dynasty Warriors, more like DMC Bayonetta. Metal Gear
okay.
Rising, like
Spectacle
those
Fighters.
types of games. Yeah, Spectacle Fighters, as they have to call it. I'm not saying character action. Anyone who says character action, please don't. Please turn around and walk away from me.
Dude, you know what else came out this year?
What came out this
Hollow
year?
Knight.
That was 2018?
20
Wait, you said this
No
year.
way.
No way.
Damn it.
I don't believe that.
Hollow Knight. No way.
I
Hollow
disagree with that.
Okay,
That has to be
sorry.
2017.
Hollow Knight first came out. Oh, fuck you, Polygon.
Okay.
Oh, are
on.
they
Wrong
they
as
using
shit.
the DLC? Are they using
No,
the DLC?
no, the
as a
person who's
game?
writing this just fucking like put it in there and then it's like, oh, I forgot this came out 2017.
Whoa.
I don't know why I'm using this Polygon article. I'm just scrolling through it to see what they had for their games. Fortnite.
Okay.
Lol.
It didn't even come out in 2018. That came out a long time ago. They just added the stupid.
I love
mode
that
everyone
Captain
plays.
I think it was a
I love that Captain Toad Treasure Tracker re-release can be put on 2018's release.
Heck yeah,
Just-
Captain Toad taking the win for Game of the Year once again.
If you want to consider No Man's Sky next, that's a thing.
I know I hate all these remakes that are just
know.
allowed because
No
it
Man-
came
is
out
No
this
Man's-
year.
Is No Man's Sky next really? Isn't that just like an expansion?
It is like a
No, it's like a complete. It's like almost completely redone.
It's like-
of a game.
yeah. Final Fantasy 14, A Realm Reborn, which is still technically FF14, but they just remade the entire fucking MMO and re-released it as Final Fantasy 14. That kind of thing.
I mean, that's a different game because they kind of killed the first
Yeah.
one.
Well, yeah, that's the same thing with No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
They
Okay.
kind of killed the first one.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. I guess that makes sense.
Whole fucking lot of new stuff in it. Which, to their credit, Hello Games, everybody who played No Man's Sky Next was like, well, I mean, it's better than No Man's Sky, and I actually enjoyed it. And I'm like, okay, man. They're not getting more of my money, but whatever.
I like that.
Oh
Destiny
yeah,
is on
everyone
this.
is saying apparently that's a thing that happened last year.
What?
They fixed No Man's Sky. 'Cause
Yeah.
everybody says that No Man's Sky actually isn't trash anymore.
Yeah. Not getting more my money, though.
Better late than never, but I'm not buying it. I was never gonna buy it to begin with because it's just not my
It
type
was
of game.
yeah, it was way too broad of an experience. I don't know.
Yeah.
I wish... I own Donut County. I got it for free from Discord. I wish I had played it. I'd probably go and play
Donut
it.
County?
Donut County.
Donut
is-
County
yeah.
is like a little indie game
Yeah.
where
Is it the
play
thing
as
with
a
the hole?
Yeah.
yeah, you play as a raccoon
Yeah.
and you take the hole and you go around.
And
Yeah.
fucking, like...
It's kind of like the opposite of Katamari.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
It's a lot of people are recommending it.
I mean, it's apparently supposed to be pretty good.
I just straight up watched somebody play it.
Any of y'all played the new Assassin's Creed?
No, but Nick,
No.
I think Nick owns it. He owns it, but I think he owns it for download, not like his God of War. So I couldn't borrow it if I wanted
I
to.
can talk
Assassin's
about.
Creed sucks, dude.
I can talk about a game that came out in 20.
The only thing that I like about the new Assassin's Creed is the fact that it's in ancient Greece. That's what
That's pretty
made
cool.
me want to play it, is because I like that type of stuff. I like Greek stuff, but
Now do Japan.
now do Japan.
I'm wondering, does it really matter if they do Japan or Egypt or Greece or
it doesn't.
whatever?
Doesn't
Because are we gonna
matter
play
at
it?
the end? No,
We're not.
Yeah, we're not gonna play it. Anyways, come on with Assassin's Creed on the moon, whatever. Lizard
Heck
people.
yeah.
Um,
I don't know, man. I feel like this year wasn't that great for games, in my opinion.
I played
I
some
am-
Well, I
fun
mean,
ones, though.
Celeste happened. Who
Celeste
else,
happened.
who plays Celeste?
I had.
I mean, I played Celeste.
Celeste is great, dude. I like that
I
game.
mean, it was good.
For-
It wasn't bad.
For any fighting game fans, apparently Dragon Ball Z saved the fighting game and like community.
Quote unquote.
Yeah,
Don't think it did, but
that
you
happened.
know.
It definitely did something.
It was
was fun.
yeah.
I mean, it did something for a bit. Do people still play it?
Yeah, people still play it. The only reason why it was dying for a sec there near the end of the year is because stupid companies got involved and was like, we're losing money from tournaments. Cancel
shit.
all the
Oh, they
tournaments,
canceled
and then
tournaments for DBFC.
yeah, and then all of a sudden, freaking Big Dick Man Harada, the legend, the designer of Tekken 7, came in and be like, okay, I own this game now. And he's like, yeah, he just came in and is like,
Okay.
I am taking lead. Screw all of you people, we're
Fuck
having
yeah.
tournaments.
Oh yeah, the legend.
So, yeah,
See,
DBFC
wow.
is saved.
Nice. DBFC saved the world, and then we saved it. I guess I can kind of talk about this as a game that came out in 2018 that I played and really loved. That didn't actually come out in 2018, but the Shadow of the Colossus remake.
Oh, yeah. That happened.
Okay, then we might as well talk about the fucking Spyro remake too.
Yeah.
But that came out.
In 2018.
This is cool. I like the Spyro remake. Shut up.
I mean, I like the Spyro remake too, but I mean, you played Spyro already.
Yeah, no.
It's like you played Shadow of Colossus. I think Shadow of Colossus was on our 2017 Games of the Year too, or we were talking about it.
Oh,
I played the
We were
PS3
talking
one.
about it sometime.
I probably played
Oh, man.
PS3 one in that period. Dark Souls came out. Dark Souls remastered.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah,
Game
I
of the
played
year, there
Dark
you go.
Souls.
DL played Dark Souls this year.
I played Dark Souls.
Good job, DL. You did it.
I actually don't hate it.
He's a big boy.
It's pretty good. I like DS1. I also played DS3. I haven't finished DS3, but I've beaten Lothric and Lorien, so I've essentially beaten DS3. So yeah.
Gotta go and fight. Who's after Lothric and Lorien? Oh yeah, no, you're pretty near the end of the game.
Yeah, that's what I heard. And then there's all the DLC bosses, which I'll eventually get to, but due time.
Yeah.
It's making me want to retry Bloodborne and go into a different, see how I fare with it again that time around. So you've got me, Dark Souls. Fair enough. You win. You win this round.
There's a lot of cool looking indie games that came out in 2018.
I love this. I went to look up an article for The Guardian, and it says number 11, Shadow of the Colossus. I'm like, technically, that game didn't come out this year. Please review your... Look, 15 is Dark Souls Remastered. God damn it, video game industry. Are you fucking kidding me right now?
this.
They're fishing. They're fishing so hard for clicks.
Are you fucking kidding me? Please.
There are 10 new games that are good that came out this year. Come on.
Should we?
There has to be.
We can at least mention the games that came out as remakes during the year because we played them.
I mean, yeah, we can mention them, but I don't know if we
not
put
Game of
that
the
much
Year,
stock in. Yeah. It's just like, oh, that's cheating.
Like
I
no
mean,
Subnautica.
okay. So yeah, okay, so fine. Spyro and Shadow of the Colossus both came out. But I mean, let's ask ourselves this question. If they were not remasters of really great games, would we have picked them up? Like,
well, I mean, if I have
probably
never...
would play Shadow of the Colossus.
Okay, well, here's the thing. If I have never heard of Shadow of the Colossus before, and like, because like the original didn't exist, and they just brought out those games, I would definitely pick up Shadow of the Colossus.
oh yeah, no, I would have picked up Shadow of the Colossus too, probably. But like,
I don't know
I'm
about Spyro.
I'm just saying, like, does a remaster like it doesn't really deserve a spot on a list.
It doesn't deserve a spot on a list because it's cheating. Unless they did something completely different and like basically remade the game from scratch, like what they're doing to like Resident Evil 2 or something.
Yeah.
Like, where it's like, okay, this game plays completely differently now.
Completely new game. Apparently, people who are the things known as humans that like.
Are you a robot now?
Yeah, the things known as resource management game fans got something apparently from Frostpunk.
Resource management.
Yeah, the one where like city manager games.
Oh,
Like
What
that
game
that
is
actually
this?
happened this year, and like it was a good game that came out that was like a city manager game.
What game?
I
is
love
this?
that. I
Frostpunk.
love that when I type in FR and FRO into my Google, the first two things are Frozen video game and Frozen 2.
Oh no.
I think you need to let Frozen go.
I can't. I love it too much. I'm so excited for Kingdom Hearts 3 just for the Frozen world.
DL, I
Kingdom
just-
Hearts 3.
Shut up.
Fucking kidding.
We can't do that.
Don't even
Can't.
start with
We're
me.
not going to have a year hiatus on this podcast, and the first thing we talk about when we come back is Kingdom Hearts. We can't do that.
So like first Kingdom Hearts 3 podcast is January 30th, right?
Oh,
Probably.
January 30th, initial impressions.
as soon as we beat Kingdom Hearts 3. How
Okay.
about that?
We all have to beat Kingdom Hearts 3 before we do a podcast about it.
Shit, this game looks like you can build Midgar.
Yeah.
You can
Frostpunk. It's a resource management game about suffering. That's the sort of like the tag that I've seen it
It
advertised
looks
as.
so-
It
Suffering?
looks good. I would
Yeah.
pick this up.
Yeah, it looks good. That's the thing. Yeah,
It
people
looks like they decided to build their city in the middle of a meteorite
city.
fall
As in-
crater thing.
As in, like, suffrage?
Yeah.
Like, the...
No, like not voting.
No, like literally suffering.
Suffering.
One of the pictures here is a child injured in a work accident.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then the actions you can take is limit child employment to relatively safe jobs. Yes, let's ban child labor. Children should keep working wherever we assign them.
Yeah, it's basically building a city in Russia.
Oh. Well, there we go.
It's just Russia. There's not anything special about it. It's just Russia. Modern day.
Yeah, just... Well, it means suffering.
Yeah. It's just suffering. What about more about video games that came out 2018 that are not video games relevant to our Game of the Year list? Fucking A Way Out is a thing?
Oh, yeah, I heard about that.
I've never played it.
I haven't
have
played it
nothing
either.
to say on it.
All I know is that the ending makes people cry, and apparently it's a pretty cool game to play with friends. Because I have two friends that played it with each other, and they were having a good time. And then the ending happened, and then they were just like, "Oh,
And then their friendship ended.
oh." I want to say almost.
Does it does Hitman 2 count if it's episodic? Wait, is it episodic?
Hitman 2 is not
Yeah.
episodic. They learned.
Oh.
No, it's not episodic. It's all one game. It's
They
very
learned.
nice.
So
And
it counts.
You can get the entirety of all of just the first Hitman game as an expansion to Hitman 2. So you don't have to buy Hitman. You just buy
Did
Hitman 2.
Bendy episode 1 come out in 2018?
I don't know.
Bendy.
Bendy is just a
Bendy and
bad.
the Ink Machine?
Bendy
Oh,
is just
yeah.
a weird game.
Oh yeah.
You can Bendy is an interesting look into game development itself, because
Why?
the first.
What happened in this development cycle?
Okay, so the first chapter, you can see that they just were planning on putting this out. Like the first chapter is literally a tech demo of this game, right? It's like go around, look for things, get the things, put them in the ink machine, start it up, and run away from a little thing, and that's it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then And then like the second chapter is just kind of the same thing, but now it's got like a little bit of fighting elements and more
And
stealth
mechanics,
elements and like some mechanics to it. And
I
then the
think
third
chapter came out.
and it was like kind of the same thing, but not really. It was like a little bit more, and then the fourth chapter came out, and it was a completely different game.
Yeah,
like
and then
it was.
Then it became a video game, and then I think they remade the first chapter in the engine of the fourth chapter, and made that more or less like a video game.
Fuck.
It was weird how that worked.
Yeah, it was a weird video game
Why
to
did I
watch.
not hear anything about this game?
It's pretty. It was like a giant, but it was not like it was kind of like in the same
what are you
realm of
talking about?
FNAF. And it was kind of like in the same realm of like FNAF and Undertale, where it's like, oh, those niche freaking people who just jizz about it with their fandoms. But it wasn't as big as FNAF or Undertale, so like nobody, like, not many people heard about it as much.
I mean, you can find fucking merch of Bendy and the Ink Machine all over the place.
That's true.
Yeah.
I'm surprised
Indie
that you
fans.
didn't know about this game.
Yeah, I'm pretty. I didn't expect you to not hear about it.
Yeah.
Freaking game theories and bullshit.
Fucking. Let me. I hate that the entirety of like, not the entirety. I'm sure the game definitely has like merit on its own, but the majority of the talk around Dead Cells was just a journalism scandal.
Oh yeah, Dead Cells.
Like, yeah.
I mean, that kind of killed Dead Cells a little bit. in my
Right.
opinion.
Yeah. Like, fucking.
What was the scandal? I didn't even hear about this.
Oh,
I just heard it was a decent game.
Well, a dude from IGN plagiarized like just some low-time YouTuber with only like 100 hits or something like that.
Oh, that.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
I forgot that was about Dead Cells. Dang.
Yeah. That was
That was
another
Dead
thing
Cells.
that happened in 2018.
Maybe.
Speaking of, do you want to know the thing that came out in 2018 that I kind of wish I forgot about?
What?
Was that David Cage game?
Oh, shit.
Or
Oh,
robots?
Detroit
What?
Beyond
Detroit.
Human.
Detroit.
Oh,
You
wow.
know that people speedrun that game?
People speedrun Detroit. like, guess it's just a bad ending.
I have no clue. I heard, I was watching a streamer and he was like, yeah, I'm going to start speedrunning Detroit maybe. It looks pretty fun. And I'm like,
Okay.
What?
I'm
What
like,
is their idea of fun?
Sure. This
Okay.
is so much of this is so much of a fucking Polygon article.
That's like trying to like finish create your own adventure book as fast as possible.
it is currently shorter than Kingdom Hearts 2. The speedrun is only 2 hours and 52 minutes.
I feel bad.
But you can skip dialogue in it, right? So you just like the entire game is just like hitting dialogue buttons and just like people being like hop, yeep, up, up, no, and just walking to the next person and going hop, yeep, up, up, up,
walking slowly.
walking slowly to one syllable sentences. Jeez.
Oh man.
Very strange game. I can't believe that was a game that came out in this year.
Another
Damn
game.
Cage.
I want to know if this counts because I've seen it on multiple Game of the Year lists. The Tetris Effect.
Yeah, I know.
Oh yeah.
It is
VR
actually
happened.
exists, and I've seen it, and I was actually gonna pick it up, but then I was like, do I really want to get back into Tetris?
Well, here's the thing. Do you think that are you under the assumption that the objectively best game of all time is Tetris because it has no faults? Because if you are, then yes.
It's
counts.
the thing is, from the argument that I've heard about Tetris Effect is that they like Tetris DS I think was like the objectively best version of Tetris prior to this, maybe. But then Tetris Effect came out, and everybody was just like, they just made Tetris better. That's it.
They
like,
just made
it's
Tetris better?
It's Tetris. It just plays like Tetris, but it's so much more than that. It's an experience of Tetris.
Oh man, we're seeing Tetris. Holy
Seeing
crap.
Tetris, even better because you can use it in VR. Tetris in VR.
Yeah. Tetris in VR. Oh yeah, talk about VR for a second. Beat Saber is a thing. I want Beat Saber, and another game that came out in 2017, so that doesn't count. Are like two games that make me actually want a VR setup. But that costs so much money, so I don't want to do that.
We're gonna be talking so much about various different games and avoiding the ones that are gonna be on our list that people are just gonna narrow it down to our list.
I am trying hard to not talk about the obvious game that I don't want to talk about.
I need to play Grease. Fucking.
Oh yeah, I was literally looking at that because I think GDQ was
Yeah, except for being warned,
it.
that game is pretty sad.
Yeah, it's on my Switch.
That game is all about depression, buddies.
It's on my Switch
like,
wish list.
Literally.
I gotta be in a decent mood for that then.
Yeah,
I love sad games.
Apparently, I've heard that it's like take Celeste and like times it by like 100 of like the sadness.
Celeste, but there's no hope.
I'm gonna mention this game because I did not play it enough to let myself consider it on my Game of the Year list. So I'm gonna mention it. Dragon Quest XI came out and I love it.
Wow!
But I didn't play enough of it to be able to consider it.
I think we should not talk about that because I know who that belongs.
I know it's gonna be. I know it's gonna be somewhere in here, but I'm just gonna mention it because fuck yeah.
Are we gonna talk about God of War?
I mean,
or is that?
Calm down.
I mean, we can. All right. I think it's time for a meme.
I think it's time.
Time for a meme. Yeah. Okay, enjoy the meme.
Yeah, let's go for a meme.
Meme of the year.
Hi, welcome back. This was a funny meme from either from Star Wars or the Flintstones.
or Star Wars. Or Star Wars.
Or it could have been a combination of the two.
Combination of both.
Note to editor Haunter.
Somehow combine Flintstones and Star Wars to make a meme.
You'd be surprised.
Oh no!
I actually had an idea.
But are you going to use the first or the second Flintstones movie?
I think I'm gonna go with Viva Rock Vegas because
okay.
It's more terrible than the first one.
Damn.
Wasn't there like a fucking third one?
I don't know, Hunter. Apparently, you're the one who knows the most about Flintstones live-action movies here.
The Hanna-Barbera cinematic universe.
Hanna-Barbera cinematic universe.
Why the fuck did they take the Flintstones and they did it? They did the sequel 6 years later.
What?
Yeah, the Viva Rock Vegas was 6 years later. Also, fun fact: Betty Rubble. Yeah, she is Rosie O'Donnell in the first Flintstones movie.
What? Oh yeah, she is.
She did not reprise her. Yeah, she did not reprise her role in the second one. I think
they got Jane Krakowski, so I think it's a win.
I agree.
Jesus, but they lost John Goodman, so.
I mean, they did lose John Goodman.
But we're getting back on the whole.
Video games!
Video game time! Who's here for video games? Not us, apparently. So, who wants to go over video games and their favorite video game? Do we want to do favorite video game of the year first, or video games that we played? this year?
Well, I thought we just did video games that we played / that were.
We
played.
did a bunch of video games that we may or may not have played
of the year.
Let's just. How about you start? You start with.
and we will adapt to whatever you say.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Also, just really quick, one fun fact: the girl who played Wilma in the sequel Viva Rock Vegas actually played Ivana Hupalot in the Austin Powers: The Spy Who Shagged Me. I'm done.
Oh my God.
I'm not going down that rabbit hole.
You know what? Not
Don't go down
questions.
IMDb.
No questions.
It's a journey for
I
the
am
live
not
action
doing that.
Flintstones movies. If it's like live action Flintstones movies is like 7 degrees of separation from any movie ever made.
Oh my god.
So
Griphen.
yeah.
Video.
So I guess I'll say my fuck. I'll give my game of the year, like, I don't know how to do this, which order to do this. So we're not going to do
I'll
games
start this.
that we...
I'll start this.
Okay, go
I'll
ahead.
start
Go
this.
ahead. You do it.
All right, game of the year.
Not games that came out this year necessarily, but games that we played this year.
You wanna start with games that we played this year?
I don't know. What do you want to do?
It doesn't really matter.
We
Yeah,
are
fix
so
this
organized.
problem.
We
We are.
learned so much within the last year. Really
Yeah.
polished our craft.
We're good at this
Polished
now.
it nice and good.
Yeah.
It shines now.
And I go like third, second, first being game that released this year, because they're probably going to be games that were released this year for your game of the
All
year.
right, fine, go for it. Do you, dude? You
fine.
do you.
Were you gonna do it though?
No, because I don't have 3. I have
fuck.
2.
You have 2.
I have a worst game and a best game.
Oh, okay. I'll have to break in the mold. Actually, crazy enough,
I don't know what.
No,
I don't
actually,
know what
no.
he's
I
doing.
think I know it. I think I know. Yeah.
What
so
is
mine,
he doing, BL?
I don't know. I'm looking at my game shelf.
happened?
So,
Wait.
I guess my number 3. My number 3 game.
Okay, go
Fucking-
for it. Do it. I believe in you, Griffin.
God damn it. Fucking Spider-Man.
I mean, that was an okay game.
I
The
fucking loved
combat
it.
kind of sucked.
I fucking loved it.
Weren't you complaining about the combat?
No.
When you first started
Okay,
playing
yes.
it?
When I first started it, but I got
Yes,
used to
you
it.
were.
I got used to it, and I loved it in the end. And like the game got better the more that you actually got upgrades that made the combat actually fun. But when it got fun, it was really fun. And also, I'm a bitch for games that build up characters and then twist those characters
well.
in unexpected ways. And I think that Spider-Man did it in a predictable but still excellent way.
I don't know. I mean, Spider-Man was okay. It wasn't
I-
amazing. It was fine. It was a game. It
I
came
still-
out. I
still
played it
haven't-
for about a week and then I stopped.
Did you beat it?
No, I didn't beat it because I have a problem with
beat
video games and side quests.
Well,
If you put a bunch of fucking markers on my mini map, I'm gonna go to those before I go to the main quest.
I did too.
It's,
I did that too.
I,
It was fun.
I cleared the map.
I didn't enjoy it. I was like, okay, I'm bored now. I'm done.
Oh, well, I'm
and I
sorry.
put the
Okay.
game down.
You should complete. You should not complete the game. Maybe complete the game if you need to, but beat the game. It has a good story, and it did the thing that I will argue. I made this point with Soul as I was talking to him. It did the thing that I think that God of War shouldn't have done. God of War did this bad, where God of War was sequel bait. Where too
okay,
much
yeah.
was left out of the game because they needed more to leave for the sequel.
Right.
where it was so obviously sequel bait. It was building up to something.
Right.
Whereas,
Well, I think Spider-Man probably was thought of and then put out, and I don't think that a sequel was overly thought of. Probably.
no,
I mean,
a sequel is going to happen for it, but they
probably because it sold well. I don't think that
No,
that a sequel was guaranteed to happen for it.
no,
though.
they're very clearly like left stuff in the game that's like, yeah, a sequel's going to happen. Plus, Marvel already said that they're going to be making a video game universe for multiple different heroes in this game.
Are they gonna make now a Marvel video game universe?
Yeah, MVG.
The MV,
Yeah.
the MVU.
Yeah, there's going to be a video game universe, and they started with Insomniac. I love the way that they did this. They wanted to do a Marvel video game universe, and to start it, they just went to Insomniac and were just like, "We want you to start the whole video game universe thing. Choose a hero, whatever hero you want to make a game for. We'll let you do it." And they were like, Spider-Man, right off the bat, and they just made a game about Spider-Man.
Nice.
It's pretty good.
That's cool.
Yeah, I hope that they follow that trend for the following heroes. I would love another Hulk game. But Spider-Man, fucking great. Go finish it, Honor.
So number 2.
Number 2, not a game that came out this year, but a game that I played and thoroughly loved, and then was subsequently disappointed with the sequel, and that was I played 999.
Oh yeah.
The Nonary games, the PS4 remake.
God. Okay.
Yeah,
The
the collection.
Nonary games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, now I know. Okay, I'm just. You can
Zero
continue.
Escape.
But-
The Zero
Escape.
Escape
Yeah.
games.
You can continue, but like now that I realize we're doing games that we just played.
Yeah, we played this year, yeah.
I know what's happening.
Okay, you lost.
But yeah.
Fucking Nonary games. I got the collection because these, not Honor included, but DL and Vlad ? I think he was in there. Kept on telling me to play Danganronpa.
No, I was telling you to play Danganronpa too.
Okay, so
Don't
these
even fucking
boys were
start
telling
with
me
that.
to play Danganronpa, and I was like, fine, I'll play Danganronpa, and I went and got the Zero Escape games, which I guess counts. I don't know.
They're not as good as the Danganronpa games.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm
in my
guarantee you that fucking
Well, I wouldn't know, but
guarantee you that Virtue's Last Reward isn't as good because Virtue's Last Reward is shit.
That's the first one, right?
No, that's the second one. The thing is,
Oh.
999 is the first one, Virtue's Last Reward is the second one, and then Zero Time Dilemma is the third one. Played through 999 in like 3 settings, 100%. Fucking loved it. Everything about the story, the presentation, the characters, the twists, the puzzles, fucking everything. Perfect. Like, one of the best VNs I've ever played. Going off
Because it
of
is.
that into Virtue's Last Reward, and that was on the Vita. Virtue's Last Reward was on the Vita. So they were just like, oh, we're on the Vita now. Let's make everything out of 3D, like really shitty 3D models. With
I played
really-
Virtue's Last Reward on the Vita.
Yeah, with
I
really
I own it,
shitty animations.
and I was like, I don't understand, and this looks bad, and I'm done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think I played it
and
for
I'm done.
I think I played it for maybe a day,
Yeah, no, the fucking like,
maybe 2.
it's like from 999, everything was serious. Everything was like straight cut. It's like a serious mystery game. Get out, or else you're gonna fucking die. And then Virtue's Last Reward, it's like, I mean, there's some jokes every once in a while in 999, but they're like sort of like dry humor, and it works really well for the tone. Virtue's Last Reward, it's like they went to the nearest anime convention and just like hired the most cringiest voice actors off the fucking street to come in and like record. I mean, I guess
Is it unintentional humor?
it's humor that tries too much to be quirky.
Oh, okay.
It's writing that tries to be quirky, which always turns out bad. Always turns out cringy as fuck. And that's what it is. It's cringy as fuck, and it looks bad, and the puzzles are bad, and the way that the gameplay works and the exploration works is bad, and I don't like it. So that's that. But 999 is excellent. Just amazing.
Did you play the last one?
No, because they're sequels.
So
you want to continue?
Yeah.
On.
I wanted to get to Zero Time Dilemma, see if it fucking fixes everything there, but I have to play through Virtue's Last Reward to get there. Eventually. I might just do break off of this and go to Danganronpa.
I would go to Danganronpa. Yeah. I've seen Virtue, or I've seen what the hell is
Zero
the last
Time
one
Dilemma
called? Yeah, Zero Time Dilemma. I watched some people play it, and I mean, it's interesting, but one of the puzzles is literally just pure randomness. It's just in order to solve this, you need to get lucky.
Gosh.
And it's just kind of like, oh, okay.
If y'all have a chance to play just 999, go play just 999, and you'll have an amazing time. Forget the sequels exist. And yeah.
See, I wanna get to Danganronpa 3, but I can't get past Danganronpa 1.
You should get to Danganronpa 2.
Is that where it gets good?
Well, I mean, both 2 and V3 are really good.
Okay.
But
V1 is bad?
In my opinion, is the best one.
No, 1 is not bad.
1 is good.
1 is still good.
1 is okay.
It's still good. It's just...
Yeah. Here's the perfect way to describe 1. It's the first one.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly it. It's
yeah.
You say that, but 999 is the first one, and they got it perfect.
I mean, the typical first one, like
okay.
Kingdom Hearts 1 is the first Kingdom Hearts game.
It's not the most polished, but it's a good idea.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I got you. I wish that they had the same problem for the non-re games. God damn it. Anyways,
Game of the Year.
Game of the Year. My Game of the Year. Monster Hunter World. Oh my god.
Really?
I loved that game. Yeah.
I mean, honestly,
even though you mainly played it on PC, which was behind.
Which was what?
The PC game.
Even though you mainly played it on PC, which was behind.
I didn't play the PS4 version at all, and so when the PC version came out, I picked that up and played it, and fucking absolutely loved it. I upgraded my computer for that game, and because I was just like, I need to play this game in better flips, and need to get more flips in this game, and so I went and got a 1060, and oh god, that game is just so fucking fun. Mainly because I got to play with my friends, and that's good.
I gave that game a shot. I really didn't know what to expect. Kind of figured from it was gonna be like slower and clunkier than I'm used to, and probably really grindy. But people were playing it. I had a lot of friends that were telling me you should get it, so I decided to give it a shot. And I feel like I gave it a decent amount of time to go into it before I decided no. I don't. It's not. I also, all my friends were like way ahead of me.
Yeah.
So it's like I would have to spend a lot of time either doing it by myself to get to that point alone, which is a lot less fun than doing it with people, or have to bug people to go down to my level, which they probably don't want to do. So
dude, like, I will play with you. Like that's the thing about it.
Well, actually,
no matter what, you can go down and play with people. The thing about
it, yeah. I was gonna say the same thing. So when people come down to play with you, it actually makes you speed up faster. Yeah. They literally push you because you're killing monsters way faster. Like it's super funny because you can set up like like I needed gear, and it was like low level gear, and I was like, oh my god. And so I went and I did the mission and did the low level gear, and I literally I found the monster in like 5 minutes and had it killed in another like
in like 15
10?
seconds. Yeah.
Like it was like
great.
oh, okay, great. So then I'm just gonna be speeding through this really, really fast. Good,
Yeah,
okay.
no, one of the things that I love the most about Monster Hunter is that because of the way that because of the way that the progression system and it's made, as well as the fact that you can just fucking hop on with 4 friends, and no matter what, whenever they come like down to like a previous like HR to play with you, it's always fun. It's always like you and a couple friends just like going into any level, any HR, any mission to just shit on a monster is always fun. Like going to fight fucking
what's
like
the one in the
HR5
desert?
Diablos.
Yeah, Diablos. That's the
Yeah.
one. Fuck, Diablos is hard the first time you fight him, and then you got your friends who are
Yeah.
way higher level,
Yeah,
and
and
they
then-
come down, and it's like, oh, this monster is getting shit on. Okay.
And you just have like 3 people all with hammers all doing flippy flips into Diablos, and he's being buried, and you're just like having a good time. No matter what level you're playing at, it's always a good time.
I mean, Monster Hunter World was fine. It was good for about a week, 3 weeks, and the thing is, Monster Hunter World for me didn't have enough content. I don't like the original Monster Hunters because they're all on handhelds. But Monster Hunter World for me just didn't have the content that the other games did.
They should
And
have
that's
released.
why I stopped.
Yeah, they should have released the PC version with the content that the PS4 version had at that time, or the console version had at that time. Because by the time that the PC version released, Behemoth was already in, like JoJo
like the PS4 version.
and yeah, JoJo and the tempered monsters and Behemoth, they were already in the console versions. So the PC version was always behind. They should have just released the PC version with all the content that the consoles had up until that point, and then just kept up with like the release, like synchronized between all the platforms.
Yeah, I agree. That's how it should have happened.
Yeah, but Capcom.
Oh well.
Yeah, well,
Poor Capcom.
that's mine. I loved Monster Hunter World. It's a fucking great game.
Okay, now that
And
I see
they're
how
getting
this game
an
is played-
expansion next week. What content next week?
True, I think it is.
Yeah.
Now that I know how this
Or not
game is
next month.
played, I will play it. So, the number 3, something I played this year that I really enjoyed was, I don't even know that I don't have a whole lot that I really enjoyed this year. That was like big AAA.
Mm-hmm.
I did play Dragon's Quest, which is my game of the year. Spoilers.
Spoilers.
I mean, let's talk about God of War, Dad of War.
All right.
Gower.
I hate that game. I'm sorry.
boy.
Hot take. I really
take.
dislike it.
You and Soul would get so long.
I
Not to
think
spoil
that
for all
the
purposes, new video coming up.
I think that the game is fine. I just don't enjoy it. The whole like Kratos as a dad thing is an interesting concept. But the combat is just too clunky for me. Which is weird to say because it's like half between like old God of War and like Dark Souls, and I'm just kind of like I just like that camera feels so close to Kratos in the game, like so close to Kratos, and things are like coming up behind me, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I can't fucking tell what's going on half the time, and it likes to throw a lot of enemies on the screen at you, but that's not what Dark Souls is good at.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Dark Souls.
if you have a
Wait,
lot
you said
of
Dark
like
Souls.
Yes, I did say Dark Souls because
what?
I could compare the combat in God of War to Dark Souls.
Oh, okay.
Then in the new God of
having
War
a
to
stroke
Dark
or something.
Souls. No, that's how I compare the combat. You
Okay.
got to use the R1 button to attack and R2 to attack, and it just feels like Dark Souls to me.
Okay.
There's like the parries. It's just taking a weird combat system and putting it into God of War, and it's like, here you go, and now we throw all the enemies at you, and I'm just like, okay, whoa, and then like when it's small tiny enemies that take like 2 hits to kill, okay, fine, but when it's like a giant ass fucking troll and like 40 enemies and you're like, I don't know what's going on, I got really pissed off and I actually stopped playing the game because I was dying so frequently. Because I couldn't get a handle on the fighting system.
What difficulty was it?
I was playing on easy.
Ooh, okay then.
Yeah, which is weird for me because I
That's-
don't usually do that. I actually like turn down the difficulty because normal was a little hard for me, and I was like, okay.
I think you Well, that's weird.
I
that's
hated
weird.
God of War.
I,
It's such a
Yeah.
bad game.
Yeah. I mean, it's not the first time I've heard that, but I
Pardon?
actually liked it. It's not the first
Well,
time
I
I've heard
am
that.
bad at it. So what? Sorry. Brendan and Nick are making fun of me now because I'm bad at God of War.
Oh. Okay.
You are. I didn't want to say it first, but no, it's a.
Well, I mean,
respectable
if
thing.
I'm
I
bad at a
understand
video
that.
game, you're gonna dislike a game. If you are not good at the video game, you're
Yeah.
not gonna have fun with it, right? Like, unless you get better at it. And
I guess that's
and
fair.
and if I'm not getting any better at it after fucking 10 hours of playing the goddamn thing,
Bit of resentment there.
whatever. I'm getting a hit from 4 sides. 2 sides can't even hear the other 2. Okay, discuss. I don't really care. Get the fuck out of my face.
I want Editor Hunter. I want subtitles whenever these people say anything. Whenever Brendan or Nick say something.
If I can understand them in the if they're captured on the sound, sure, I'll put subtitles.
Yeah.
So
Of course, if you're bad at a video game, you're not
you
gonna
didn't
like
you
it.
didn't mention what game you liked. You just said which game you hated.
Well, yeah, that's because that's what
Typical Hunter.
Typical
That's
Hunter.
just typical.
To understand what he likes, he first must talk about what he hates.
What's really weird is I found a game that I did not actually hate this year. It's like a little indie title. It's called Don't Feed the Monkeys. That was a fun game.
Don't feed the monkeys.
Yeah, it's
I've never
it's
heard
on
of that.
Steam. It's like this little indie title where you like spy on people, and you just kind of like it's like you get gifted a computer program that can just spy into a whole bunch of people's cameras, and like you're just watching
Oh.
these stories play out and trying to find connections and stuff.
That's
This is
pretty
my
neat.
second game, by the way. And I don't know, I thought that it was really enjoyable. It was kind of creepy and fun, and it was like it's like
Yeah.
a cute little indie game that's not so cute when you actually play it.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
mean,
Oh shit. What is it? Primate Observation Club. I think I've heard about this one.
it's not bad. I mean, it's not amazing, but
Didn't
I
it?
didn't. I played it for a while, and I liked it more than God of War. So
Did this fucking what's his name? Super Bunny Hop did like a games from my inbox video on that. I don't know if y'all watched it. Super Bunny Hop.
no, I don't watch Super
Okay.
Bunny Hop.
Oh, shit.
I have no clue. He might have.
He might have. I think he did.
I don't know. It was a good couple of hours of my life gone. You know.
Okay, nice. Did you like complete it? Is it like a short game?
Well, the thing is, like, so as you get more and more like further into the game, like more and more things are happening.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like it's not it's not comparable at all to FNAF, but it's kind of like FNAF where you're like, okay, I have like 20 things on screen now.
Yeah.
I have to switch between these things that are happening, and you still have to try to make money so you can get more items for the end of the, or more cameras, because if you don't have enough cameras purchased before the end of the week kind of deal in the game, then you'll actually lose. So that's like the whole point. So it's like, okay, I'm like trying to figure out the solution to this puzzle, but I've also got another puzzle that's going on right now, and none of that other puzzle has anything to do with my other puzzle that I'm doing right now. So it's kind of like management and like splitting up. And so I think I've only ever gotten to the third week, and I keep dying there because there's by that time you have 16 cameras or more that you're taking care of, and some of them are just like literally like they happen one day and then that's it. That's all there is to it. So
I like games
I don't
like
know.
that. I like stuff like that. I'm gonna check this out.
It's a pretty fun game, and it's like only $20, so it's like pretty cheap
actually right now.
Oh well, there you go.
Yeah, nice.
Even better.
12,
And
12 whole ass dollars, and that's not even on sale.
I know it's pretty good. I recommend that game.
Cool.
Nice. Game of the year though is totally Dragon's Quest 11, just because it was fun.
It was fun.
It was good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, nice. Glad you enjoyed it. I need to play more of it.
I mean, so DL went on the roller coaster with me. DL, do you remember when I started fucking posting shit in Discord about Dragon Quest 11?
I was.
Oh yeah.
No, I was avoiding looking at it because I don't want to be spoiled about that game.
I
We
know.
won't talk about it, but all I will say is, man, that hair.
Yeah. So
I hate you, Hunter, for posting that because I saw her at the beginning of the game, and then I saw that post that you made of her, and I'm like, God damn it! I didn't know
I like
about
this
her.
hairstyle.
and then guess what? Endgame fixes the problem. Endgame of that game is just the only reason to play that game. Finish the game first.
Play the end game first.
Like finish the game and keep playing it, because it's like a whole new story. It's like a whole new 20 to 30 hours of content. And it's just kind of like a lot of it doesn't make sense, and I was like a little pissed off at it at first because it breaks my one cardinal rule of like anything, of like any storytelling. It breaks that one cardinal rule.
I guess.
I don't know.
If you want to say it. Yeah.
Do you want me to say it
No,
or not?
No, I don't. No.
Yeah,
I'll judge it
I will simply text just the L, and he will either confirm or deny. This is
confirming or denying?
If it's a sin.
If it's a sin, this is a cardinal rule you never ever break or never ever do. Yeah. There he goes. He's confirming for me.
Okay.
Yeah,
Confirmed.
don't do that.
Even with that cardinal
Confirmed
rule
sin.
break, with that rule break, I still think it's worth playing the end game and everything like that.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Really
know.
good.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good. That's a pretty good. What do you call it?
Recommendation.
Yeah. I guess. What is it when you commendation?
Yeah, I guess.
When you commend something.
I would say that's pretty good. Yep.
Yeah, sure. Well, cool. Dragon Quest 11. Need to beat it, but glad you liked it. So what did you play this
it's
game,
my
Deal?
turn now. Okay. Well, two of my games were talked about slightly.
Okay.
So
Well,
I was eating food. I don't know if you could tell. right, first game. Number 3 spot.
Yeah.
Is God of War.
Okay.
So there we go. That's a thing that
Opposing opinions. Cool.
immediately opposed to Haunter, who could have taught. I will say this. I completely understand why he hates it. Because when I really wasn't into the whole idea of getting God of War, but it was there. I was in the States. I was getting a whole bunch of games. It was there.
The thing is, I got
And
mine I got to play mine for free because Nick bought the game, and so I
played the
didn't
game for
actually
free, too.
spend
At
any
least
money.
At least you didn't invest into it and then hate it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I played it for free too. I borrowed a friend's console that he had like installed on it, and I just played on that.
Am I the only one who paid for this game? Dang it. But yeah, I got it. There was a bunch of games I wanted to get because it's like the few times I can get physical copies of any game ever is whenever I go to the States because low exchange rate and taxes in the place that I live. No, and I was like, you know what? God of War is so hype. Everybody's telling me I should get God of War. I'm gonna get God of War. I'm gonna see what the hype's about. Even though I was never that into the God of War franchise as a franchise. Like I've played, I want to say, 3 God of War games back when it was just, you know, the hack and slash spectacle fighter game. And I started new God of War, and I, similarly to Haunter, was like, I don't like this because it's so it kind of at the risk of a dead meme. Yeah, it's kind of like Dark Souls, but awkward, and it felt like it didn't fit because it's like, okay, I have a big man and an axe. You take a lot of damage. I play it on like hard. I didn't play it on excruciatingly ball-bustingly hard. Another friend of mine did, but I played it on hard mode because I just I like a challenge. Why not? I'll take the challenge. I regret that. And getting used to that type of gameplay was just so bad for me. It took a long time for me to truly get used to it, and I still feel like I haven't mastered it. But I did get used to it, and like I think it was once Kratos and Atreus really got their journey like super started, and I think it was after they went to, is it Niflheim? The place with the freaking elves.
Yeah, Alfheim.
Yeah, Alfheim. Yeah. After they went to Alfheim and came out,
yeah,
it was at that point when they started like climbing the mountains. Like, yep, I'm into this game. The story is pretty cool. It's picking up.
That's where I put the game
more
down.
used to. Yeah, I'm getting more used to the combat, and everything's sick. And but at the same time, there's still a lot of parts after that were still annoying as well. Like I'll say this, the gameplay is like the part that's, I feel like it tries to be half story and characters and half gameplay, but the gameplay half, it has so many faults in it, and the story half has a lot of faults in it as well. And a lot of people saying, "Oh man, it's the best game of the year. Is the best thing." No, it really like the more I played it, the more and the closer I got to the end. Even though I was definitely enjoying myself, I was having a good time, and I liked the story. I think it was a very touching story. I liked the characters, and the gameplay was fun once I got used to it. The closer I got to finishing it, the more I wanted it to end, and the more I wanted to just go to playing the game that I actually think is my game of the year,
okay,
which I'll say later. Also, freaking stupid, freaking dumb pacing. The pacing is the thing that really, I think, bothers me the most. stupid, and then this thing happens, and then this thing happens, and then this thing happens.
Yeah.
It's like, just go to the fridge.
Yeah.
There's too many distractions in the game. You
There's
think
a
that it's
lot
going
of
to be a linear
distractions in
story,
that
but it's
game.
just like, oh no, we have to get this thing. Oh no, but we have to get this
Yeah.
thing in order to get into this area. Oh no, but we need to get this thing. Yeah. I feel
Like,
like
And then
I don't-
Griffin talking about like how it's sequel based at the end. Yeah. And then like after the credits start rolling and then you come out of the portal and end up back in the place and it's just like, now you can do whatever. I was like, really? That's it?
Is it?
That didn't feel like a
Yeah.
conclusion.
The fucking no, yeah. The end of the game is not the end of the game. The end of the game is like
And a part one.
it is like
It really
now
feels
wait
like
for
end
God
of
of War
part
2.
one.
Yeah.
And
I
it's weird because like, yeah, it's supposed to be a series, so of course, but like I want conclusion. I want. It didn't feel like it concluded
no,
because it
didn't.
felt like there was too many things left in the air. Like it didn't feel like an arc finished.
No.
I guess technically an arc finished, but at the end of that, at the end of all of the stuff that ended up happening
Yeah.
into the climax, the arc, the main goal of the story that did finish, it felt like an afterthought. So it didn't feel satisfying when you beat it.
No, yeah. They dropped that bomb of a well, I was
You know.
I was suspect of the twist, but they dropped that twist and I was still kind of like still pretty surprised that they did it. And then they just end the game. And
Yeah.
it's not even really much of a cliffhanger because they calm down by the end of it.
I guess
Like
so.
there's not any building tension, but there's still shit left undone, like unfinished.
It goes down to a calm. There was a falling action, but it felt like it's
Yeah.
still in falling action.
Yeah.
It
The-
didn't feel like it
Yeah.
finished. This I don't know.
The game
It's
ends with a 2 years later scene.
Holy crap!
Yeah. And it's
Hey.
okay.
But,
Yeah.
That's the thing that happened. The next, so here's my second favorite game, and this, I'm, it's a game that did not come
Hold
out.
up before, like, just to say that doesn't mean that I don't think that God of War was great. I love God of War as well.
Oh no,
So
yeah, it figures.
want to shit talk
But,
your
yeah, it
number
was
3 game of the year.
it was a really good game. I liked it. I enjoyed my time with it a lot, and I think it was pretty fun. I might go back and fight the harpies. Are they harpies or
No,
the Valkyries?
Valkyries.
Valkyries. I'll go back and fight them some other time. But it was very flawed, and it wasn't that hype, and I don't think it deserved Game of the Year.
Well, it didn't get Game of the Year. Wait, did it get Game
did
of the
get
Year?
Game of the Year.
Or
We got Game of the Year.
did Red Dead get Game of the Year?
Red Dead did not get Game of the Year. Red Dead got a lot of things that it shouldn't have gotten, but it did not get Game of the Year. Which I guess is a win.
I guess.
Yeah.
It-
The second
it's-
game
yeah.
that is going to be on my list is a game that that did not come out this year.
Mm-hmm.
It came out way before.
Okay.
And
Is that all of our second game? Oh, no, Haunter, all 3
got-
years came out this year, right?
All 3 of mine came out this
Okay.
year.
yeah, all of them. All three of his came out this year. But since we're including stuff that we played that did not come out, I feel like I have to put this here. It's gonna be Danganronpa 2. And it's gonna be Danganronpa 2. And the reason why I say this is because I gotta set the freaking mood, right? Like there is history between me and Danganronpa.
Oh.
Because I did not understand DR at all as a series.
Yeah.
And I kept looking at it and I was like, man, I kept looking at it and kept hearing people talk about it, and I was like, this game, it just seems like edgy anime version of Saw, and it doesn't seem like it'll be fun, and I just don't want to get it. But when V3 came out, which was the third entry I guess in the series there's a stupid chronology of Danganronpa. And and that came out and everybody was like so hype over it back in 2017. Everyone was the hype train started up again, and like a whole bunch of friends that I knew were like, oh my gosh, the game is so cool, this game is so sick. Everyone's just stuck in their freaking rooms playing the game, listening to the story, talking about despair, and I'm like, what the heck, what is this game even? Why do you want me to play it? And I keep bringing up the reasons why I don't want to play it, and they're like, no dude, you don't get it at all. You have to try at least one of the games. And I'm like, you know what, fine. Christmas rolls around, and because Spike Chunsoft is amazing, they have those games on sale, because they have all of their freaking games like that on sale, like very often. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna buy these games. I'm gonna freaking buy this. Like,
is it
I'm gonna buy
like,
the 1 and 2 Reloaded on PS4, and I'm gonna just freaking try it at a time. And I did that, and around March, I want to say March or April or something, I started playing DR1.
Okay.
With my friend who has played it, like, by my side. And it took till, like, an hour when I got to the first class trial, where I was like, oh, yeah, this is an amazing game.
I get it.
Yeah, I understand this now. And from there, I was invested. I just marathoned that series. I played DR1. I beat that in like a week. I got DR2. I beat that in like a week and a half, 2 weeks. I took a break for a bit because DR2 is dumb. And then I played DR V3 and took that over the course of a month. And now I'm sad because there are no more DR games. And after...
That's not true. You could always play Goodbye Despair Girls.
Oh my gosh. I don't know if I want to do that.
What? I've seen that game played. It looks fun.
Yeah, I might one day. But yeah, after all that, like, I just had to like think about, okay, well, DR was such an impact on me this year, and it's such a cool series that I love so much now, and probably one of my favorite new series ever. So I have to pick one game. And DR2 was the favorite of the bunch. And I'm just gonna say, if you have never played Danganronpa, play Danganronpa. Because unless you really, really hate anime, play Danganronpa, because it's a really cool, fun, mysterious series. Kind of similar to, I want to say, Phoenix Wright, except way darker? I don't want to say way sillier, because Phoenix Wright's silly, but way darker. Yeah, and kind of hammy with its themes, but very fun. I like the characters, I like the series, and it's really good. I wish I could say more about it, but it's literally a VN with some bits of gameplay. So if I were to talk about it, it would be the story and not spoiling, and that's bad. So yeah.
Yeah, because you don't want to spoil that game.
You really don't want to spoil.
You really don't want to.
So yeah, and now game of the year
Spider-Man
is going to be Spider-Man. Yep. You, if you know how I've been like talking about it once I started playing that game, it's Spider-Man for me, because I didn't even expect it to be Spider-Man, because like I love Spider-Man. Spider-Man's like my favorite superhero, right? And I've played a bunch of Spider-Man games. They're pretty cool, but I never had like the nostalgia for Spider-Man 2. I've never been like, oh, Spider-Man games are like the best games ever. I've never even been like superhero games are the best games ever. But you know, I like Insomniac, I like Spider-Man, and I decided, you know what, it looks interesting and it's there. I'm gonna buy the game kind of the same time as I bought God of War, and I just went for it. And immediately after I beat God of War, I started it up, and I was like, oh shit, this game is actually really fun. It was like, it's open world, but it's a fun to explore the open world, because web swinging is amazing. I'm
Yes,
not gonna
I
say
love
the
it so much.
meme that, because even though the meme is true,
Which meme?
like it is a
What's the name?
feeling like X. The game makes you feel like fill in the blanks that every review has said ever.
It's true though. I felt like
It is true. Like, I don't know
like,
how you.
I felt like Spidey when I was playing that
Yeah.
game. It made me feel like I was playing the Spider-Man 2 game again.
Yeah, it's like, what else? I mean, like, yeah, okay, it's a throwaway phrase, but like, I don't know how else you can describe it. I definitely. It felt like him.
It felt fucking who said it? Can't remember what this saying.
Mark
Who
Brown?
said this? Who said the game? Like the phrase or what it was used to describe. But basically, the idea is that like if your game will be, your game will be fun if it is fun to move in the game, just to move.
I forgot.
I don't know, but it's fun
were
to
right.
move in Spider-Man. You just swing,
Yeah.
and it's fun.
I have nothing to add to this conversation.
I know you don't, but I'm telling you, but like, Spider-Man. First off, like, it struck me with just how clean movement was. Like, that's kind of the reason why I like Breath of the Wild's open world, because it's giant, but I like parasailing around.
Yeah.
I like horseback riding. I like friggin' just exploring and finding new stuff.
Video game.
Spider-Man, yeah, shut up. Spider-Man, Spider-Man, it's like Breath of the Wild was like slower paced, but it was still fun.
Yeah.
Spider-Man was like faster paced, and it was
You know what I
consistently
did
fun.
like about Spider-Man, like as an open world game?
Why?
The world was fucking small. Like
Yeah.
for an
I don't even
open
think it was small. I
for-
think it just
no.
felt small because you were going so fast.
world game,
think
it was
both.
really small. I think it was
That is true.
smaller.
I was surprised
And-
that.
I guess so. Yeah.
And I think that's what helped to solidify it, is because you could get from one side of the map to the other in probably 5 to 10 minutes, right?
Yeah, like, yeah, I guess that's true. Because, like, I could probably count on my two hands the amount of times I use fast travel. Like, even in Breath of the Wild,
Fucking,
like,
oh my god.
I'm not gonna go from the Great Plateau to, like, Gerudo Desert, right? Like, I'm not gonna freaking walk there. I'm not gonna parasail. It's not gonna happen. I'm just fast traveling. Spider-Man, like, probably, like, 8 times.
I don't think I
At least
ever
in the main
used fast
game,
travel.
but
I forgot that fast travel
I
existed.
never ever even used fast travel either. I forgot that fast travel exists.
The only reason why I used fast travel is because I wanted to get, like, smaller side quest stuff, like bags and stuff like that from, like, another side of the map. And I was like, all right.
Yeah,
I'll
I did
just
it for
see it.
collection's sake.
when I saw the collections, I was like, oh, okay, I have collections to do, and I literally made a visual map on how I was gonna get every single collectible in that game, and just kind of like go around it.
No,
Yeah, you said like you didn't enjoy that, but I like doing that. It was kind of like, okay, I know I have a story to do, but crime. Let me just. It's almost like it feeds into your freaking ADHD. Like you're like, oh, crime.
Yeah.
Let me beat up a crime. Oh man, pigeon. Let me chase this pigeon around. Okay,
see?
bags.
It's
Bag
good.
here, bag here, bag here. Let me upgrade my stuff. Like I had fun doing that, and then I'm like, all right, that's enough. I want to go to the main story, and I just did more bits of the main story. And then we went back to side quests. It felt seamless. Like, I'm not the side quest type of gamer. I'm not the completionist type of gamer. But I still want to go back and complete 100% Spider-Man.
because when you have
Because
those end of like later skill tree skills, and you are good at the combat, and you go into the fucking like the detention centers or the camps, and you just fucking clean house without taking a single hit, it feels so good. It feels so satisfying. Like just Spidey bomb everybody and throw them into each other and just like zip around. You get in the zone.
Yeah, and the combat's pretty cool too. Like it's Arkham combat, but it's a little bit more polished, and it makes sense because it's Spider-Man. Spider-Man's supposed to be jumping around doing all this stuff, and it's still not as ridiculous as Batman Arkham, where Batman goes from one place to the freaking next. It
makes sense because you can just zip to people. Spidey zip.
Yeah, and gadgets and everything, because of course it's an Insomniac game, it has to have a gadget wheel, but all the gadgets make sense, and it's just a fun game.
The suits,
there's a lot the suits.
They did the good thing where you get the power up from the suit, and you can just equip whatever the fuck suit you want, and you can use any other power up from any other suit. You don't have to wear a suit.
Yeah,
to
that's
get the
also
power
a
up
good
from
thing.
that
You don't
suit.
have to wear a specific suit to get a specific power up. Like,
Thank God.
They come with the power ups, but you can just decide I want the regular suit. Shut up.
Yeah. And
Also,
I used the
they
regular
added
suit.
in as free. They added in Sam Raimi's Spider-Man suit as free DLC. Heck yeah.
Yeah. Sam Raimi suit.
Love that.
And I played
yeah.
the majority of the game with Black Cat's suit on.
Oh man, Black
Cat's suit.
Sick.
I haven't played the DLC.
Okay.
I need to.
I'm not gonna say anything about that then.
Okay.
But yeah, it's I don't know, man. Like it was just it was fun. It was just a pure, just fun ride that I didn't really have much faults with. The story was touching. The characters were great. Kind of like what Griphen said. Like I knew it was coming. It's freaking the guy. You know what happens with that guy.
You know who that is.
Eventually, it's going to happen with that guy.
Though.
But the way they handle it was so well executed.
Yeah.
And when at the end, I was just like, oof, dude, I couldn't. It hurt.
Yeah.
The things that happened hurt. Like they did it good, and the story was good. The gameplay was fun. It was just a great time, and I think it was one of the most pure, joyful experiences I had with not much like negatives.
Yeah.
Experiences souring it that I've had in that entire year.
Me and Toasty, Toasty was on the couch with me while I beat the game, and when the credits rolled, me and her we had to pick our jaws up off the floor. We just sat there for a little bit and oh wow, I didn't expect him to go that. I didn't expect them to do that. Wow.
They did that thing. I didn't think they would do that thing.
No. And to say something on the writing of the game, I didn't seriously expect Insomniac to go back to the Sam Raimi movies to for writing inspiration, but the theming of with great power comes great responsibility. They did everything but say those words in this game.
Right.
And they did it unironically, and it was good.
And I think that's the main reason why I love it so much is that it kind of like what you said, with the whole background of how they decided, okay, Marvel, what movie do you want to do? And they were like, Spider-Man. You could tell that's exactly how it went down, because they love Spider-Man. It felt like they love Spider-Man. They have so many nods to the comics, to the Sam Raimi movies, to a whole bunch of other stuff. So many references, so many small little details were in that game.
Yeah.
That if you were a Spider-Man fan, you were like, yes, it's so good.
They
as a game.
I can't remember who the person was who's the writer for that game, or one of the lead writers for that game, but whoever it was, writing a Spider-Man game, because he knew exactly what he wanted to do for a Spider-Man game. So writing a Spider-Man game was one of his dreams. I need to go look up his name. Who the fuck it was? They wanted to do a Spider-Man game for the longest time, so it just makes sense. And now we're gonna get a sequel, and it's going to be Spider Boy, Black Spider-Man.
Spider Boy. Spider Boy.
Yeah.
Oh god.
But yeah, that would be my 3 games. DR wants to be at the top, but DR didn't come out in 2018, so shut up, DR. And Spider-Man was just a lot of joy, so I like it.
Nice.
That's how it is.
All right. So those are our games of the year.
Yeah.
I can't.
And what a year it was.
What a year it was. We did a lot of things except for the Adventure Podcast. That changes in
We didn't
2019.
do any podcast. And God bless John Pisano. I loved the fucking OST for Spider-Man. Was it good?
All right. Well, again, another good adventure. We went on a year-long adventure, guys.
Yeah.
And I think with that year will come great experience. We came back fully leveled up. We are now level 2 characters. Good job to everybody. DL, you made it to level 2 just barely, but you still did it, and I'm proud of you for that.
What I do?
You got your degree, dude.
Oh yeah, I have a bachelor's.
Oh yeah, DL graduated. That happened.
Yeah. So DL is now a level 2 character. Good job, DL. I'm proud of you.
Heck yeah, dude.
Wow,
that's only level 2.
I know, right? Dude, don't worry. We're all still level 2. One day
all
we'll get to
level
level
right.
3.
One day, yeah.
God only knows. But yeah, to come back, we gave y'all a 2-hour podcast.
Wow.
I think that's a good trade. We
not a
leave for a
podcast.
freaking
guys-
year, and then we come back and give them a 2-hour podcast.
There you go. I hope y'all enjoy
It's
it.
more like an hour and a half. We have to cut out the middle part where we went on that rabbit hole.
And
that
the beginning
enough, yeah.
that we talked for fucking ever.
Side quest.
Yeah.
We need to find out how to do an actual format
side
for side
quests,
quests.
yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
we'll figure that out.
Well, again, Adventure Podcast come back this year, big time. Good job.
Heck yeah.
Excellent.
And we are going to do it. We're gonna continue to do it.
Have to.
We're gonna figure out something so that
Twice
we
a
can
month, at
continue to
least.
do it. Yes.
Guaranteed twice a month. But
I have a
we're
pretty regular
hoping-
schedule.
We're hoping for a little bit more. I do not.
I have no schedule, so you know what I mean.
Yeah, he's
We're
a
gonna do
writer
something.
now. He doesn't have to do anything.
I have to just exist, and then eventually.
All right. Well,
All right.
I guess Hunter will do the thing he does.
We will
remember
catch
the thing?
you on the next adventure.
Heck yeah, he remembers the thing.
Video game.